What is up, fellow nerds? Welcome to Slash Point Reviews. I am Nick Parsons. Today we're going to be reviewing... what's it called? The Eyes of My Mother, directed by Nicolas Pesce? Pesce? I don't know. The Eyes of My Mother is about a young girl who witnesses a horrible crime, and then it kind of follows along her life as she develops into a psychotic killer. Yeah. This movie, in a way, kind of reminded me of Eraserhead in that everything that's going on, there's not a second in this movie where you're not freaked out. Even if there's nothing necessarily grotesque or haunting on screen, you always have this deep, deep sense of dread that's just eating at you the entire film. It really keeps you on edge. And maybe a good choice, though I initially didn't like the idea of it. The film's only like an hour and 15, an hour and 16 minutes long, and I think maybe in the long run that works for it. Because when you're constantly on edge like this, it's going to be hard to maintain that feeling without, making it snappy, keeping things going. And it's not to say that it's rushed, though, because the movie does take its time in the places that matter. Another great aspect of this movie, and particularly great for fans of the horror genre, is that it's very unique. What's so great about it is that it's actually trying to be a good movie, not just trying to gross us out or trying to scare the shit out of us. It's trying to be a legitimately good movie, which in the horror genre, it's hard to find a movie that's like that. And I think The Eyes of My Mother definitely pulls it off. So if we were to try to narrow down exactly why this movie is so disturbing, it's not because of the violence, though the violence is disturbing. It's because of the tone it sets. Like I said, this deep sense of dread just plagues you the entire time you're watching this, and it's very effective. How does it work? It works by making this film about its character, not about its moments. You're really invested in the character, and there really are moments. I mean, she's bad. She's a very bad person, but there are moments in the movie where you feel for her and you're kind of conflicted. I mean, I don't know, maybe a sane person isn't feeling for her, but I felt for her in certain moments. You feel the sense of loneliness that she has, and while, the majority of us wouldn't handle it the way she does, you got to remember the way she's brought up is, I don't know, it's really cool. So what, if anything, did this movie do wrong? I know I just talked about how great it was, but I still think the length is a bit of an issue for me. At an hour and 15 minutes, they do a good job of making us feel for the character, but I do feel like I wish there was a little bit more that I knew about her. Granted, the obscurity is, it makes things, I don't know what it makes things. It can be good and it can be bad. My initial feeling is that I want to know a little bit more about the central character. But other than that, not a damn thing wrong with this movie. It's pretty close to perfect. You guys need to see this movie. It is definitely a contestant for my #1 pick of Best Horror of 2016. We'll see. I have plenty more movies to watch yet. Again, it's going to be a quick review. I'm trying to crank these out so I can get to the Best Of video that I have coming up soon. I'm going to go ahead and give The Eyes of My Mother let's say a 9 out of 10. It's a very good movie. On the NAR meter, now you have to remember the NAR meter doesn't just consist of, actual on-screen violence. The NAR meter consists of how disturbing is the movie in general. So on the NAR meter, I'm going to give this a 8 out of 10, maybe a 9. You guys stay cool and have a fresh evening.